Hello, dear partners. My name is Alexandra David. I am working for the Institute for Work and Technology, and we are the German partner of the Efeb network. Today here is the next part of the webinars, which we are presenting as part of the Efeb network webinars. And today's topic is getting eco-innovation on the market. I'm here, in fact, representing the team of the Institute for Work and Technology, which is also contributed by Ilana Hamburg, who is a co-worker of me. So the contents which we have developed here are, of course, developed by both of us, and I'd say that I will start. So first of all, we've already seen in the last sessions on product eco-innovation what eco-innovation is all about, but at the end, it is the development of products and processes that contribute to sustainable development. Well, sustainability can be defined as a triangulation of economic sustainability, which means companies which products or processes are very focused on sustainability or sustainable results, but also ecology, of course, which is then the outcome to make our environment sustainable. And sustainability can also be understood societal, which means, for example, that the human resource which is working in a company should inherit the idea of sustainability and should really focus on that idea and be part of it. So I'd like to start with a small introduction, as you can see, what eco-innovation is about, and these are solutions designed to reduce the environmental impact of production, consumption, and disposal activities, even if the underlying driving force is to take advantage of opportunities and benefits from environmental concerns. So it is important for companies or even human resource of companies to have eco-innovation training because this is an essential tool for developing human resources and for the transition to a more sustainable society. Well, this is the point which reflects one of the triangles of sustainability, which is the societal part. And in order to do so, organizations, well, at least companies mainly, need to provide training to understand the systematic process through which someone guides workers behind behavior in carrying out the set of organizational objectives, and in this research aiming to support environmental changes. So eco-innovation training increases employees' environmental awareness, means what outcomes and how the outcomes influence sustainability in environmental ways, informs the team on environmental goals, and provides the workforce with the skills and motivation to develop and implement new processes with environmental gains. So before I go into the first module here, I'd like to say that we get a small definition again of eco-innovation, and then we go into the topic getting eco-innovation on the market. We provide best practices which can be looked up after this video. Then we would like to introduce phases to apply an eco-innovation idea, examples of eco-innovation projects for entrepreneurs which are funded by the EU. Well, again here the definition in short: eco-innovation is the development and application of a business model shaped by a new business strategy that incorporates sustainability throughout all business operations based on life cycle thinking and in cooperation with partners across the entire value chain. This is exactly what I said. So eco-innovation really is not only about environmental sustainability, but also social and economic sustainability, which we always should keep in mind when talking about eco-innovation. And so what does it take into consideration? As I said, is the economic and environmental issue, but also the social, means being economically competitive while respecting the nature environment. And eco-innovation is the introduction of any new or significantly improved products or processes, organizational change or marketing solutions that reduce the use of natural and decreases the release of harmful substances across the whole life cycle. Well, when I say that this is across the entire value chain, of course a company should think, when it is working with sustainable issues, that it's not only the company itself, but when you plan being sustainable, or when you plan to get eco-innovation on the market, you should also be aware of the partners you are interact with, and also take into considerations their attitudes towards, let's say, sustainability, nature, responsibility in social, economic and environmental issues. So this is like a whole concept which to us cannot be, only focused on parts of it, which we can't do in this video, but anyway we'll try to give you an overview. So why eco-innovation is important for entrepreneurs? Well, we start with resilient business models. Companies can renovate their business models by reconsidering novel ways of delivering their services, which can reduce resource intensity, bring new market opportunities, make business more resilient in the face of market trends, fluctuating prices. And then we have the new markets and customers, and we say that companies developing and selling new eco-innovative products, services and technologies could access new markets and consumer segments, maintaining and generating higher profits. That means that by using eco-innovation or by the focus on sustainability, new market opportunities arise, new business partners arise, and this is like that there is even a possibility to find a niche which you can fill with the new product idea or process. So it's really interesting for companies not only the established one, but startups who want to join the way of bringing things forward in a sustainable way. Then we have, of course, cost saving, eco-innovations resulting in improved resource productivity, save money by reducing costs of material and energy. This can also be when working within a network with a value chain. If you share things, you can reduce costs. So it's really a very interesting aspect that companies could have a look at. And it's really interesting for entrepreneurs who want to save money. Complying with regulations. Many companies eco-innovate their processes and products to comply with regulatory requirements, but also to meet growing environmental and social standards applied by their strategic partners and clients. Well, so I'd say what we've seen is the opportunities and maybe even the advantages that an entrepreneur has when thinking about the idea to introduce a eco product or eco process to the market. And I'd say some of them can be planned, some of them are nice side effects. But then the question is how to get eco-innovation on the market. Well, and even if there are opportunities and, chances to establish something new and to be sustainable and to work with the idea of economic, ecological, and social sustainability, there are, of course, key challenges for businesses to do so. And here we have a look at them. So, increasingly integrating environmental and social considerations into purchasing decisions is a challenge. Market research should highlight important areas of environmental or social interest, improvement or concern relating to existing or new eco-innovative products, services, or technologies. Identifying more radical product concepts or new business models driven by environmental considerations. R&D processes with dialogue with a range of stakeholders, including customers, partners, or suppliers. Life cycle considerations are increasingly important to customers to understand how products are resourced, manufactured, packaged, and disposed. And then development of eco-brands and integrate relevant environmental benefits into products alongside cost and quality and communicate evidence-based messages, avoiding greenwashing. So more or less what we say here is that even if eco-innovation is bringing opportunities and new chances for entrepreneurs to get with innovation on the market, there are challenges, especially because when you come with the idea to be sustainable in at any level, let's say, then you really have to be, you need to be clear about it, that people will ask questions. If really what you do resonates with what you think and the other way around, so what you say, what you sell, is it resonating with really the way of production you use, the ways of resources you use? Is this all sustainable? So this is a challenge, and as we said, you need, as a eco-innovator, you need to be transparent in that things to avoid greenwashing. Here we see best practices of companies who established Eco-innovation, and understanding customers and user behaviors being a strong determinant of a product's environmental impact, reducing energy consumption in the use phase of product's life cycle is a key area with consumer electronics or white goods. So companies need to address environmental aspects at all stages of the customer experience. And this is what I said before. You really have to be transparent, and you really have to be clear about it, that if you drive the idea of sustainability into your products and processes, and you really make it explicit about it, then you have to address the things all the time. So it's like awareness, for example. How do we raise awareness about products and services? Evaluation. How do we help people evaluate greener value propositions? Purchase. How do customers purchase products and services? Delivery. How do we deliver a greener value proposition to customers? After sales. How do we provide greener post-purchase support? Greener customers are influenced by recommendations of trust peers and third parties. Proactive companies build trust related to environmental and other issues by engaging customers in conversations via websites and online social networks. And this is really important, and again, it reflects what I was talking about several minutes ago. Well, when you go green, let's call it green, the transparency you have to give, the responsibility you are taking needs, to be shown to the customers, and also your customer is not really a customer anymore, but in a way a part of the value chain and a partner which has the right to know what he buys as a product, or even a consulting concept or whatever, and he is part of the development to go sustainable. So this is a bit what each company is doing. Of course, you have the customer side, and you have a look at the customer needs, and you take your customers even in your innovation processes, like you use open innovation tools, web pages, and so on. But here is not only all about customer demands. It's bigger. It is about sustainability. And so, as I said, it's about trust, and it's about worth. So when you go for eco-innovation, you need to assure that you are worthy people to believe in the products and the processes which you present to the market. So here we go for the phases to apply an eco-innovation idea, and it's very similar to each kind of innovation you try to get to the market. So first, of course, you have to test the idea. The questions an entrepreneur is confronted or can be confronted with in the phase of idea testing is: what are the features and benefits of the innovative product, service, or technology? What values do the new product, service, or technology deliver to your customers? So it's not only about the practical things. So how can I use it in practical way, in mundane, in a mundane situation, but it's about value. It is more than just a product. Then you have to ask yourself, who are the potential customers for the product? Because these groups could differ from further groups of customers in their, attitudes, awareness. Well, and was any market research done so far? So you have to have a look at what kind of eco-innovation or product which is similar to what I want to introduce to the market is already there. And can I use this information? And how was this established? What can I learn? What lessons can I learn from that? And how can I benefit from that to enter the market with my eco-innovation? Then who are the competitors? Of course, as I said, was there something similar, a similar idea developed before? Have the product, service, or technology compared to competitive products and services? So are you able to be alive with your product or service also within 7 years? And what are relative benefits of the product compared to competitive offers? Then we have the access to the strategic capacity. And here questions are addressed like, what knowledge and skills does the company possess? Well, my company in that case, if I am the entrepreneur. What are the strengths and weaknesses? So you make a SWOT analysis. What knowledge, skills, or other resources are needed to obtain from external sources to develop a new product, service, or technology? And this is really what I said about the customers. Here at this point, you already maybe could think about the involvement of your customers or possible customers into the process to find out what is their demand, what are the values which are behind that. Then how the process of pulling internal assets and external expertise are organized together. For example, long-standing partnerships, short-term contracts. It is necessary to set up a partnership with consultants or companies that possess this expertise. And it is a training necessary in order to move a weakness into part of your skill set and build competences. So very normal in that case. So here are strong parts of, let's say, the traditional entrepreneurship skills and building blocks you should have a look at when starting. Then, of course, the question, how to get the eco-innovation funded? So the questions here are, what amount of funding is needed for different tasks? Are fixed costs considered? What resources of funding are available? So you have self-funding, friends and family, overdraft, credit cards, bank loans, venture capital. And then you have this more, let's say, sustainable, new and innovative ways of funding, which is angel investors, shared ownership, and crowdfunding. And I like it because especially with crowdfunding and angel investors and shared ownership, so sorry, I like all three, it is that first of all you also have to convince these people who, let's say, are borrowing or sharing their money with you for a product, an idea which is valuable, which they trust in. So this is like, like not only the economical way, like you go to the bank and you ask for a credit because you think that the product will be successful and you have a return of investment. I think here also the sustainable way of thinking is addressed. So you have to convince the people who share with you also their financial resources about your product and idea. And you have, again, be very transparent in manners of sustainability. I like it because when you go sustainable, it should be sustainable from A to Z. So then you should ask yourself, what are the risks associated with each source of funding, and what types of free or subsidized funding or business support is available from government programs or SME business support agencies in the own country. Well, in the case of Germany, you have many programs and fundings which really address eco-innovations and eco-entrepreneurs, which I would call them. And so there are possibilities you can benefit from. So how will you get your first customer? So again, here the question, what is the target market? Really, what is it? Is it focused on business to business or your pricing strategy? How will the product get to the market? Warehousing, retail, or online? What are the new possibilities? I mean, in the globalized world, you have not only the traditional ways of providing people with your products and services, and what is needed to be outsourced at the end. And for everybody who is interested in eco-innovation projects for entrepreneurs funding by the EU, we have some here. And I just want to give you the names, but you see the web pages below, which you can use for your private investigations or research on that. It's really interesting. You should go for it. So it's Eco-Innovation Observatory from the European Union. And it's Innovatio, which is a public-private partnership of public innovation agencies, water associations, and technology specialists. You see here also innovation experts and eco-innovative cluster organization. So this is really focused on SMEs, and is really interesting also. We have Remake, and Biochem. Then we have Eco True Food, Eco-Link. Then we have Eco-Innovera. And you see, this is like here, this ERANET is a network of 25 European partners. So you have from, with these funding possibilities, they are really very broad on the scale. So you can have a look at these who really support SMEs, or they support your idea, or they are networks which are more international. Then some of them are very specific, and address water or food, or mobility. So it's really a broad, range of things that you can have a look at. Then we have Ecopole and Innovation Seeds. So here you see addressing, for example, environmental R&D results. EcoWeb. And here we name a number of Interact programs and projects offering interesting good practices in eco-innovation solutions and support instruments tested in European regions. And why we do it with Interact programs is because, as maybe some people know, that many of Interact programs really address environmental issues, which are sometimes across the borders, so like Germany and the Netherlands, for instance, of France and Germany or whatever, or so. And they are really very focused on a topic and on a really practical way to find solutions for environmental problems. And well, I'd say thank you for your attention. This was Getting Eco-Innovation on the Market. If you have further questions, you can always contact us. And for this, use the Efeb network webpage or just the Erasmus Plus program, or even the institutions which are in the partnership of Efeb network. And I'm glad to see you for the next webinar, which is the online resources for eco-innovation, also done by Ilana Hamburg and myself, Alexandra David. Thank you very much for listening, and see you then.